Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Dice Crisis Podcast. I know we've been having a lot of fun with these intros lately, but this week I just wanted to take a step back, simplify things, and just say thank you. Huge thank you to everybody for supporting us up to this point. Man, we're done with book 1 of the Second Darkness adventure path. Book 1 of 6. It feels amazing as players, and I know that we've reached a point where the story is really starting to ramp up, and oh boy, it's exciting. So I hope you guys are all having fun with it where we're at. I just want to ask a favor of you all, if I could. If you haven't already, would you please hop over to our iTunes and just drop us a rating? It's huge for us. It's huge for gathering new listeners and getting people drawn into the podcast, which is our goal. We want to keep making great content and doing fun games with all of you, and that would go a long ways in helping with that goal. So please tell your friends, tell your wives, post it on your Facebook, drop a rating on our iTunes. That would really be a huge benefit for us. Now, I don't want to talk too much about COVID. We're all sick of it, but this pandemic is still happening, and we are still in lockdown where we're at here in Minnesota. So we are doing our best to continue creating content. I don't want you to worry. Our Second Darkness is on lockdown. You do not have to worry about missing an episode of Second Darkness. That'll still be releasing at a regular time because we have a good amount of episodes recorded and ready for just sort of a situation like this. But what we did want to do is expand a little bit and get into some new areas. And for us, that new territory that we really want to sink our teeth into is streaming all sorts of stuff. So what we've tentatively set up for the near future is Sunday nights, 6:30-ish Central Standard Time. We will be streaming all sorts of things. You know, we've played some Jackbox. A couple of you have already seen us over there, but this is our official announcement on the intro that that time we'll be playing all sorts of things. So Jackbox. We've done some Castle Crashers. And if you have any suggestions, please just drop into our Twitter or our Discord or wherever ideas of things that you'd love to see us play, and come hang out. Come hang out. We'll be there for the near future. And if that schedule changes at all, we'll be sure to let you all know, whether through our intro or through our socials. And speaking of socials, our episodes lately have been loaded with NPCs and creatures and new places and maps and level 4 new character sheets. It's all very exciting. All of that, if you're looking for extra content, you can find some of Paizo's amazing art and all sorts of content to give you a little extra bonus on our Tumblr. So please check out the Dice Crisis on Tumblr if you're looking for some of that extra juicy stuff for your eyeballs. Now, I don't want to go on too much longer. I know we've got an episode to get to, but I'd just like to ask one more time. It'd be a huge favor to all of us if you could just drop that rating on iTunes. So please pop over. It'll take you a quick minute. You can get it done, and we would love you forever and ever and ever. Without further ado, here we go. Episode 23. You can't go home, but you can't stay here.
Here we go.
6.
Get ready, everybody.
5.
It's happening.
4,
It's happening. Get it all.
2, 1.
Welcome back, one and all, to another episode of the Dice Crisis Podcast, where we're here playing Second Darkness, but something a little different's happening. We're no longer playing Book 1, Shadow in the Sky by Greg A. I want to say Vaughn, but it's spelled V-A-U-G-H-A-N.
Vaughn, probably.
Vaughn, Vince Vaughn. I think it's spelled the same.
We're kind of rolling on to an intermediate area between books 1 and 2. So this is exciting. Little milestones.
This is limbo.
I need this still open though.
We've reached purgatory between the books, and we can now no longer pass.
Yes, so after facing your first real like dungeon delve and going through it, killing troglodytes and dark land sentinels and fungal crawlers and gricks, and then
Gricks.
finding what was previously just a legend. You found contact. You fought a drow, as a bow or bow. I don't know.
Bow or bow?
It's either drow or drow. I'm gonna say. I'm pretty
I've
sure
heard
that
drow
they.
the most,
I know everyone wants to say drow, but I think people
gonna
have been like,
switch it up.
people are like, actually, it's dro.
Oh, fuck.
In I think in not Oblivion, but Morrowind, there are creatures that are spelled Drew, and I call those drows.
Those are drews.
Those are definitely
Drews.
That's drews. Like Drew Risbrute.
Yeah.
Shouts out Drew Risbrute.
Pretty sure it's just Drew, like Drew Carey or Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
I don't know who this Risbrute
Drew
is.
a picture.
Drew a picture.
Yeah.
My vote's drow.
I drew the bath.
I don't draw a picture, all
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm sitting here with the same guys I usually do: Michael Waltz,
Hey,
Eli
what up?
Plunkett,
Yeah.
and Kyle Spurley, and I'm the person who must not be named.
The smelly one, we call him.
Yeah, I'm just known as the smelly one around here. Don't worry about it. Don't look into it. Besides facing those creatures, you guys also discovered something. You followed this dungeon that you were in was a smuggling tunnel that you followed way deep beneath the earth and under the Velashu River until you guys were presumably at the base of the Cipher Gate. Because when you came upon the Drow, it was, you see that she was working on a section of the Cipher Gate which went far below ground, thus proving some people's theories that the Cipher Gate is indeed a complete circle that reaches all the way around and under the ground. Boom. You
If
guys
only
have,
we could dig for miles.
you guys have stumbled into a discovery that people have been trying to, people have been trying to figure this thing out for hundreds, I don't know, thousands of years, and you guys found a piece of info that people had thought was real, but nobody could ever confirm.
I can't believe no one dug.
That's what I was thinking. Right?
No one dug a hole.
Especially since there was a shack right next to the Cipher Gate with a tunnel leading down right next to it. But maybe that was built, I don't know, after.
Recently.
People
Yeah.
might have dug a little bit down and to be like, okay, there's actually stuff down here. But the tunnel that you were in was like, when you came to that, the point where the Cipher Gate was, that was a newly excavated area. So someone used the smuggling tunnels, well, this drow lady used the smuggling tunnels to get to this spot, and she excavated out even further to discover this point. Then she probably dug up and made a little hut to cover her shit.
Yeah.
But the Cipher Gate's been here since the dawn of this city. So,
Yeah.
come on, people, pull it together.
Yeah, since before this city, since before Earth fell,
I
this
could
Cipher
dig with
Gate
a
has been
shovel
around.
faster than they can excavate.
This has been around since before Aerodin rose the Starstone from beneath the ocean and
Yeah, I
founded
know
the city
those
of
people.
Absalom.
Yeah,
Dude.
I couldn't
Wow.
agree more.
Yeah, read a book.
Read a
Dude.
book.
Dane, read a book.
I've read a few.
Another interesting discovery that it's almost a close. You guys found Saul's dead body. You guys didn't
Yeah.
get to confront him.
It's raining men.
It's sad, but little peek behind the curtain, because you guys threatened him so much with that large army of people, he just dipped straight down into the cellar instead of trying to defend, like kind of it was written.
Was he originally going to fight us?
He was originally going to fight you guys, and then
Well, yeah, I
eventually
guess he
try
had
to
an
run down there, but there's blah 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 other things that didn't get to happen. And when he went to tell this drow lady what was going on, she just killed him because he was basically worthless. He failed at that point, and
to
she killed him,
protect him.
and then her troglodytes threw him into that Grick pond. So there you go. That's that story. And last we left off, you guys were on top of the Cipher Gate with the slain drow at your feet, and a meteor streaking through the atmosphere, looking like it's going to hit Riddleport, and then carrying out farther into the sea and landing on supposedly the island.
Devil's elbow.
Exactly, Dane.
Drew.
Eli.
Drow.
The Devil's Elbow. A meteor hit the Devil's
He
elbow.
slapped his elbow.
I did. That's
Straight
what I call
up
this
elbow.
elbow. And this one's the angel's elbow.
Elwina stayed the
And this one's the people's elbow. I have
This
three
one's
elbows.
The people's.
What else? So you guys are on top of this Cipher Gate. This just happened.
Yeah, we're just still
it
standing up
struck
there chilling.
tremors happened. It caused a tsunami, and you guys are looking out, and they're like more tsunamis are coming in as you guys stand atop this 140 foot above the sea level structure. Tsunamis keep coming in. You guys can see off in the distance Riddleport before you.
Is it like sunset?
It's like it's about sunset.
So like, can I set up a GoPro and create a sick time lapse that'll get me really famous?
Yeah. Make a photography check.
Oh, hell yeah.
0.
You failed.
All right.
Well, it's on a D10, so I guess that was 100.
Yeah, sure, 100.
Or 10.
100% chance I have a GoPro right
Good job.
now.
You did it. It's beautiful. So guys, go ahead and make me a perception check quick.
You got it. 19.
26. Is it a trap?
3.
23. Okay, so you guys look over the harbor of Riddleport and you see the city laid out before you. And Elion, you see at the shore as waves just keep like coming back and pulling in, these like smaller tsunamis keep happening as additional like earth tremors happen, and behind you there's like the remnants of a mushroom cloud off in the distance, and you see the Riddleport becoming frantic as ships get destroyed and battered against the docks and harbors. Crow and Dane see this as well. You guys see a little bit farther, and you both see that not only is the harbor being destroyed, maybe you guys can see little creatures kind of coming up, being washed ashore, maybe a bunyip
creatures.
or a swamp barracuda.
Oh, yeah, bunyips.
You know, your favorite things. I don't think you guys have faced bunyips before, but
Those are
they suck.
definitely an Australian creatures.
They suck. But you guys see farther off the coast, deeper into Riddleport, you notice there's also smoke rising up from the center of Riddleport. Buildings are also on fire. Havoc is being wreaked in Riddleport. Dane, you see a ship you see the mast rise above some of the buildings over there. So a ship got pushed all the way into the middle of town, basically.
Man.
So that means like anything in the streets was probably just like swept out to sea and shit like that too.
Oh yeah, if you guys were down there when it happened, you would have been swept out into sea. There are probably dozens of
there's probably
casualties.
so
Easy.
many. Oh man.
I have so many names that I'm worried about. Like Lixie, I'm worried about all of our assistants.
Lixie's down at the bottom of the cipher gate.
Right,
So
she came with.
She might have got just ripped by it.
I think the cipher gate would so the cipher gate goes over the kind of entrance area to the cipher. I want to say that the area where that is raised up a little bit higher on cliffs. So Lixie's all right, but it didn't get high enough to maybe wash her away. She might have had to brace or something. But it wasn't like the
thank
full hit of the tsunami up there because the landmass was higher.
I couldn't handle that right now. That's too much stress.
Yeah, but you guys see this happening before you as the sun starts coming down, and you see a drow bleeding out at your feet. What are you doing?
She wasn't dead. I forgot.
Well, she is dying.
Yeah.
Crow, stabilize
Yeah,
her.
let's stabilize.
Actually, she was 1 point away from permadeath.
Whoa.
So she's going to have to roll a stabilization check right here. And if she fails it, she's dead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was minus 11. So what does that put her check at, Michael?
21.
21.
What's
a
her plus?
constitution.
Did Quava want her alive? I don't remember what Quava's deal was. Did he just want to get rid of her?
Story, I think.
She has a +1, so she needs a natural 20 or else she's permanently dead before
that's
you guys
rip.
can do anything.
That's rip. Okay.
All right.
Fuck
You guys
it.
ready?
Yeah.
You guys want to kiss this die? Do you guys want to
No.
choose which dice I roll?
No.
I don't care about her that
just-
much.
Roll it.
You don't want to choose which die?
I think we're gonna get the story out of it anyway.
All right, here we go. It's a 9.
All right. Well, she's dead.
You look into her face. You say, "Crow, stabilize her." And as you say that, you like almost hear that last breath come out, and you see her eyes her eyes are all like glazed over white, so it's like hard to see the dying. But like the squint in her eyes just releases, and her head kind of rolls to the side.
Oh, the muscles relax.
The only drow that anybody has ever seen, supposedly.
Jeez. All right.
I mean,
That
Besides
happened.
Crow on his ship.
we can definitely take her body and like get her off the top of the cipher gate first things first, and we could like bring her body back to.
Yeah, that at a minimum, just to talk to
right.
Quava.
Be like, well, look, we didn't bring her back alive, but this is her. Do you
Yep.
know her?
How are the waves right now? Is it it's calming down. They're getting smaller.
Yeah, over the
Well, we
next
can
like
go back
few
into the
minutes, like
tunnels first.
additional tsunamis are coming in, and like I'm gonna. So if you guys are on the ground, I would have made you roll like reflex checks to like stabilize yourself during the tremors, but I'm gonna let that slide since you guys are way over the gate. But you kind of feel the vibrations of the earth way up in the gate still as additional like aftershocks like happen and other
Really tall
mini
structures
mini
do
tsunamis.
move,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like
you can
in
feel
the wind
wave.
even.
Fair enough. This is a magical stone.
You know, like Empire
it's-
State Building moves like what, a foot or something at the top?
Yeah,
like
this
that's crazy.
this ancient Thessalonian monument was crafted with sin magic.
Way too strong.
It doesn't get affected by mere earth tremors.
Get over it. Figure it out.
So yeah, what do you guys?
I want to get down. Can we like safely strap somehow, harness her body down so we don't have to like carry it and make climb checks and shit like that?
You can slide it down the side.
Okay. Yeah, with a rope, I would hope. Wait, how tall? Oh god.
You guys are up 140 feet. It's
Okay,
like I'm gonna
100-foot rope stand. Dish.
I was gonna kind of just wave the climb checks going
Okay.
down.
Cool. Take like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll go carefully
You guys
down.
Carefully make
I
your
want to
way
scale her
down
body
to the bottom.
down. Yep. So nothing
Sliding
gets
her
hurt.
body. As you move her body away, you notice that her body is no longer holding on to this hand crossbow. Do you grab it?
Yeah, if it was
yeah.
just chilling next to her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Grab it.
Cool.
When we get down to the
It's a
bottom.
gnarly looking thing with blades sticking off the front.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
that's
about
right. She had like a
those.
trident off the front, pretty much.
Yeah.
When we get down, is it just quick walk over to get back down into the dungeon area?
When you get down, like Lixie meets you guys at the bottom. She's wet. She's like, I almost got swept off the bank.
I'm
or off
so glad you're
the
still
cliff."
here, Lixie, and I give her a big old hug.
Oh, she hugs you back.
Oh my god.
Long
Let's
race.
get back underground before that shit happens again.
I'm so worried about the town.
Oh yeah, we'll get there as soon as we can, but we think there might be more tremors coming in, so we should probably get down for now.
Okay.
And we return into the little hut that we came from.
Okay, you guys climb down into the hut, and I'm gonna cut the scene. It's gonna go back in time a little bit, and we're gonna see Clegg Zincher walk into the Golden Goblin.
Clegg, Mr. Zincher, sir. We have the Golden Goblin.
Brando, you cheap snake. I knew you could fool those children. What do you mean, boss?
Damn it, Brando.
They. I just cracked myself up.
Fucking
I'm sorry.
Brando.
So, Brando, what have we learned about the place? Have you found anything?
There was only
A little bit of money around, maybe a couple K. But we found. Do you guys have anything that you left back in your rooms?
No, Elyon didn't.
What
She was
is-
pretty cleared out.
You said flashback. How far are we
Like
talking?
earlier this day.
Oh no, damn.
Right after the raid. Clegg walks into the Golden Goblin, and the leftover mercenaries in the Golden Goblin are still sitting in there. None of the ones that, what's his face? Saul hired.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of slain bodies in there, and pretty much all of the guys that you guys hired are still in there.
Okay. Yeah, rip.
So do you guys
I
leave
did
anything?
have stuff back up in the room.
What did you leave?
Probably around 1,000 gold.
Found 1,000 gold up in
right.
one of the rooms. The vault.
And an alchemy kit if he really gives a shit.
An alchemy kit. I can't alchemy shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Whatever.
Get out of here.
Tell me more, Brando. Well, the vault was open. Someone just opened it, left all the money in there. Took that too. We got that for you. And we also,
We left the vault money.
it seems that those kids, they just ran into a tunnel. They probably fucking died down there, so might as well take what's ours. We found that there was a trap on the trap door going downstairs, and it was rigged to some fuses. And the entire building in the walls, it's laced with alchemist fire. This place is ready to blow.
What?
Well, don't say
It was a walking Molotov. Jesus.
And Zincher nods to Brando as well. All right. I think I'll end up making more money with them out of the picture than I ever would teaming up with them. Light it up. Let's go, guys. He walks out of the building, and shortly after, a fire lights inside. And after a few moments, the entire Golden Goblin explodes into fire.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm not K. Not K. No.
Clegg looks at Brando and goes, let's torch Pete's old shop too.
Oh, like
And then they turn around and walk through town. You told them who your father was.
Why? There's no reason. Why?
they really don't like us.
You
Like, did they at least loot it first?
maybe they will. They're just gonna go do it. So maybe they will loot it first, but they're turning to go burn it down.
That's their second plan. So Goblin, Pete's, they don't know anything that Crow gives a shit about, so they don't have anything to burn for him.
Crow already lost all he had.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
Who you gonna burn Crow as the last
Crow
thing
don't
he
give a
can
fuck
do.
about the goblin.
I had no feelings about the goblin, but now it's personal.
Crow now
Sorry.
feels for Elion, but
I had this idea last episode when listening to the episode where you guys talked to, last night when I was editing, when you guys talked to Zincher. I was like, he's not gonna fucking trust these kids. Why would he, a major crime lord in Riddleport, like play to any sort of game these children want him to play?
So it's
Right.
because of the age of our characters.
He doesn't respect you enough to work with you, and he sees this
He kicked his
as
ass
a
up and
better,
down the block.
a better opportunity to get rid of future rivalries, and
He's scared.
maybe, but
scared.
he knew that this was a power play that he had to do.
As he damn well should be scared.
That is a power move that he should do, knowing that just like all of the damage we've been doing to him, because we are a number, or we should be feared by him from all the work we've been doing, and clearly we're up and comers, and that's who you wanna stomp out. So I get it, but shady business.
Crime lords of Riddleport, baby. And now we cut back to you guys who have made it down to the Cipher Gate. Carrying this dead drow woman over your shoulder down a ladder to the room here. And I'll just describe this room for you again. This cavern appears to have been recently enlarged at the east end, where a massive curving stone carving protrudes from the floor, wall, and ceiling. It is covered in runes that appear strangely familiar. You guys would know that this is the Cipher Gate. And it appears that some of them have been chipped away. A table nearby, which is now knocked over because the drow lady knocked it over to get cover from you guys. And you see on the floor some stoneworking tools and a thin book. What do you guys do?
I will pick the book up. What's the book say?
You look at this book. It's strange. You look at it and none of these symbols mean anything to you. They don't look like letters. What languages do you know?
I know quite a few. I think I know 5 or 6 of them.
What do you know?
I know a lot too.
Tell me what you guys know for languages.
I wasn't really listening, I'm not gonna lie. My brain's been twisting.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm for loco brain right
No, I mean I'm twisting because there's the goblin. But I don't know I know these languages. I know these languages.
I know 4 languages.
Where the fuck are my languages?
I can never find languages on
Right?
the Hero Lab sheet.
It's not on these, I swear
I
to God.
speak Abyssal,
It is.
Elven,
Where?
Common, and Orc.
Common and Orc?
Oh,
Oh, it's way
And
on the
Abyssal
yeah.
and Elven.
It's none of those languages.
I know
Alright.
Common, Dwarven, Elven, Gnome, Halfling, Thessalonian.
It is none of those.
Damn it.
I know Common, Draconic, Elven, Gnome, and Orc.
It is none of
No,
those.
we
Does
all
anyone
suck.
want to make a linguistics check to try to determine what it is? If anyone has
Yes,
linguistics,
I do have linguistics. I
I
just ranked in it.
fucking drop me a die.
I'll drop it for the boy. Ready for the Nat 20, bro.
Nat 20, you
Yeah,
look
no.
over this, and you're like, I've seen these somewhere. And it like clicks in your head, and it's like, I think this is undercommon.
Undercommon. That's the like worm speak.
It's like deep earth or deep underground weird thing speak. I'll give you a better description of it.
I bet like ancient Dwarven
Okay.
spoke underspeak. Undercommon.
Like never see the sky type of.
Undercommon, you know, is derived from an ancient combination of Elven and even older tongues, spoken by some underground civilizations. And yeah, you guys aren't really able to distinguish this book. Kyle, or Crow, maybe with your 20, you pick up like a name. You're like, I'm pretty sure this is a name. And you're like, kind of, I don't know how, but with your natural 20, I'm just going to give you this name. You read Depora Azrene.
Depora Azrene.
Yeah. So you guys
I'll write that.
Yeah, you guys have a journal from this woman. Also around this desk, a chisel, which Elion would be able to tell that it's of adamantine quality.
Wow, this is a beautiful, well-made chisel.
And then you would find also on the floor Saul's rapier.
Is there anything on... Did we loot Saul's body the first time we went past him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got like his keys and
Okay,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Okay, that's where the key ring came from. Got it.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's good to know.
key ring.
Yeah. So Elion is feeling like she can't settle down, like looting the bodies right now. There's a lot going on. She's kind of pacing. She's like kind of looking through things, but not quite sure. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Right.
What are we gonna do?
We have no idea.
hey,
Elion, relax,
hey.
please. We can only get back into town once we know that it's calm again, and then we can see the damages. But until then, I don't have any exact repercussions. I'd say I don't have any exact helping advice. We can just pretty much wait and get back as we can through the dungeon, probably.
Lixie would pipe in and be like, doesn't Quava need some information?
Yeah, that's why we have the drow lady.
Where is Quava?
Quava's at his camp, I thought.
Yeah, I think he said he went back to his camp.
That's where I want to book it.
Ganmead, carry me a letter.
Yeah, I think he was gonna send information up to the Shinrakarath.
Okay, so
Okay.
first things first, then Elion, we can go to Quava and get some of that information, figure out where he wants to go from there, if that appeases you.
Yeah. She takes.
Goose, Fraba. Goose.
How are we
Make
all
a-
feeling?
Elion, in your kind of frenzied state, make a will save. Uh-oh.
Nat one?
1?
1. You have felt...
Wait,
You don't have a will?
I have a. It's the +2, +3 for my cloak, so 4.
But a nat one.
Elion,
Nat 1, 4.
you, a sorceress of a fiery nature, I believe you have kind of felt emotion burst forth from you before. It might be how you first discovered that you could do fire, some anger kind of inside of you, it boils up.
Yep.
Maybe it stems from not really knowing where you come from, some other things like that. But in this moment of kind of panic, you saw what could be the world ending in front of you with a meteor crashing down to the sky. You feel this emotion bubble up and you lose control to your anger. What does she do?
She just, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And then out of her bursts flames that shoot in all sorts of directions, and they start arcing all around her. And she just pauses and looks around.
Everyone make reflex saves.
Yeah, so I bet it could destroy the room a bit. Let's do it.
That's gonna be 12.
22 and 16.
You both, Lixie and Dane both make it. You're gonna take half damage.
Hey.
Crow, you're gonna take full damage.
What you
roll
trying to say?
2d6 of fire damage, Michael, as Elion's anger takes hold of her and fire bursts from her body to expel this pent-up emotional distress.
That's 8 damage.
All right. Lixie and Dane take 4. Crow, you take 8 points of damage.
Whoa, all right.
And it, so it starts, who took the most damage?
Me.
Crow. So this fire hits you and it arcs across and it hits the other people, and as it spreads, she's just
Diluted the
Oh.
fire to me. Jesus.
she kind of
All right.
freezes, looks at Crow, and she's like, I'm so sorry.
I have my goggles on, so there's just that perfect black circle around my eyes when I pull them
Why
off. and
does this always
I give
seem
a little
to
black
happen
lung,
to
little
me?
and little dust shoots out, and I'm just that's no problem. I didn't need this hair on my eyebrow anyway. We're here for you, Elion, and I put an arm on Elion's back as the first time I think I've made physical contact with Elion.
Pushes your hand away and steps back.
It's okay. I don't know how else to comfort as a human. I know we have our differences, but I sure as hell don't know how to help an elemental person.
You need to get away from me right now.
All right. Would you like some water?
Yeah.
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 Yes, I would.
And then she goes to heal all of you quickly.
Are you okay, Elion? Lixie says.
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
This hasn't happened to you before?
Well, I've had fire come out, but never like that. That was, I don't know. I've
seen
felt
flare-ups.
the power sort of coming on, but I didn't have any control over it on how it manifested. It just sort of happened.
Hopefully
I'm so sorry.
Well, hopefully you can learn to control that and then fire it on our enemies. Then she pats you on the back. It'll be all right.
I bring over water and a granola.
Yeah, she needs it, man.
Just a little granola. I don't want to say it, but you seem hangry.
And then Lixie starts going through the pockets of the drow woman.
Oh, yeah?
She goes, aha! She pulls out a key and then runs back into the other room.
Where that chest was.
Yep.
Huzzah.
And you guys
Do you want to
hear-
follow? And I run in at least.
Eureka! Oh shit, you guys.
All right, busting out the diary. What
shit.
did we find?
She pulls out a little baggie filled with, she looks through it, 12 platinum pieces. Throws it out. She pulls out a black gemstone. Throws it on the table.
right.
Another bag, she looks in it. I think this is diamond dust.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, nice.
Pulls out, I think it's just glue.
That's my favorite.
Throws out a bottle of glue. Another vial of something. She uncorks it.
Don't sniff the chemicals.
Oh man, it smells foul. What do you make of this?
If I know anything, I sniff it.
You're just like, ooh, it's a very, you really don't recognize like any of these scents. It's very strong, strange, and it's like, you can't tell if you like hate it or if it's okay.
Okay. Okay. Not an incense, but all right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a craft alchemy on it if you'd like.
Yeah, I got 12, 21.
21, you smell it, you're like, you kind of pick up a key trace of maybe some, like, you know that this kind of distinct quality of smell is related to pheromones.
Pheromone vial?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Alright.
like, Lixie picks up the little chest and she's like, this is probably worth the most out of any of it. And this box is...
There's a chest in a chest?
It's a smallish coffer.
Okay.
And it's like, she's like, this is all platinum.
Whoa.
This entire thing's made out of platinum.
Holy moly.
Everyone can make appraise
That's a good
checks on
grab.
any of that stuff if they'd like.
Yeah, for sure.
26 on appraise.
You look at that lockbox and you're like, that's 1200 GP, easy. You look at that, the black rock, and you're like, that's a black onyx, that's 100 GP, easy. Bag of diamond dust, 200 GP, easy.
Is diamond dust
The
in
glue,
this case?
maybe 5 GP. Yeah.
Yeah, right. What is this, a pawn shop?
Easy.
And then you guys would probably also notice the pair of boots next to the bed that this chest was by.
Is 12 platinum 120 GP?
Yeah.
Nice.
Are those boots my size?
They could be.
They could be. I slip one boot onto his foot like a Snow White. Is it
Cinderella.
It seems to wrap around his big orc foot perfectly.
Oh wow, it fits.
And
Yes.
yeah, do you want to inspect them at all?
Inspect what the boots?
boots.
Oh yeah, putting
I'm
the boots on.
I'm definitely
we
going
both
to be
look at
inspecting
them.
them as I put them on.
So you put the boots on, you take a couple steps, and you're like, ooh, these are really comfy, and like you hardly hear your footsteps. And Elion, would you detect magic? I don't know. I'm sorry,
Yeah. Yeah. Crow's wearing them, and you're like, what do these do? What do these do? And then Elyon detects magic on them.
and they're not magic.
You seem
They're just a
quieter.
very high quality make, but they will actually
Yes.
give you a +2 bonus on your stealth checks. Just because of how like padded and well made they are for just light treads.
What are the chances Crow and Lixie got the same size feet? A full ass orc and a human lady.
I just thought it was funny.
She could sure
with the
use a
boots. I
sneak.
didn't know that they were good. If she wants the stealth, man.
Well, I don't think they're gonna fit now that they fit you.
You
stretched them.
You would
You
see
whale.
traces of
Sorry.
magic from that crossbow that Dane picked up.
Oh, yeah.
And like you would just recognize it as a +1 masterwork light hand crossbow. A +1 bayoneted light hand crossbow.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, and if your eyes were still detecting magic, you would see more glimpse over by the dead body of presumably Depora Azrene.
She'll check it out.
On her there's a ring that lights up magic, and there are her slippers light up magic,
All right, roll in a spellcraft.
as well as her chainmail, I guess too. Roll. What is your spellcraft?
Do you want one for each or one for everything?
One for everything's fine.
16.
16. I'll give you this. The ring, you look around it and it looks like a silver feather that's wrapped around her finger as you take it off, and it is a ring of feather falling.
Aw, that's awesome.
Wow.
And then the slippers are slippers of spider climbing.
Oh boy, that is handy.
That's
I guess
gonna
we
be
knew
nice.
that was coming.
Yep. We
And then
knew she
yeah,
had those.
she's got and you would recognize her chainmail immediately as being mithril. +1 mithril chain shirt she's wearing.
Is mithril a light armor? Medium?
I think the chain shirt is light armor.
I could
Amazing.
really start using Untouched AC.
She's also got a
Nice.
buckler and a very empty quiver.
What's your AC, Leon?
13.
Just 13. Okay, yeah. You could use an AC more than I could.
I've been with some of this money, I've been kind of thinking of buying
Getting
something a
some-
little more towards like mage armor.
Yeah.
Maybe even a
Nice.
wand of mage armor. So we'll see how it works out. We'll do some talking, but maybe you end up with that with the
Well,
chain
like,
shirt.
all the mage armor and stuff is like to help so you don't have to take any like checks and stuff during combat too, right? Or something like that to like, or like penalties to casting and stuff like that, right?
Yep, exactly. And this, I'm looking at the chain shirt, has a arcane spell failure chance of 10%.
Okay.
Maximum dex bonus of +6, nothing to worry about there, and no armor check penalty. So this would be decent for me.
Yeah.
But we'll do some comparing of the sheets.
Yeah,
to
I think
figure out what's best.
mithril in general drops the arcane failure percent chance. So
Nice.
I think that helps.
And then the only other
Very
thing I
nice.
was thinking is like who should use the crossbow between me or you, because like we're the two that would probably use it. And like what's like I use a light crossbow that has a +5 if I'm using both hands. What's your thing for crossbow?
Yeah, who wants all this stuff, huh?
Right, like I was just like, well, these are things that we could use right now, you know what I mean, as opposed to just sell.
My light crossbow, both hands, +5, 1d8.
Okay, yep, same then.
Same.
Uh,
Sounds like a roll off.
what's your dex?
+3.
Ooh, you got me on that. So you got technically a better shot with your bow off the bat anyway.
But you got more bow perks or feats.
Oh yeah,
Very
as far as
true.
like point blanks and rapid reloads and shit.
What do we? So what do we have for items? We have that.
we got a lot here.
All right, so
Do we want to divvy up right now?
yeah, might as well.
Right now?
Might as well. So the things on the table, by the way, you guys would also find 5 more vials of something that matches the few vials of something that you found earlier before that you couldn't identify, Dane.
Okay.
And putting
Was I close to getting it?
putting it together, you would be like, okay, so this is the poison she was using on you guys to put you to sleep.
Okay, cool. So knowing that, I think I know.
It is Drow sleep poison.
Bada
Drow
boom.
poison.
Ooh.
So the things that are up for grabs right now, there is a +1 mithril chain. Wait, not chain shirt. +1 mithril chain mail. My bad. A buckler, regular old buckler. That +1 hand crossbow, +1 bayoneted hand crossbow.
Got that.
A masterwork short sword, the ring of feather falling, and the slippers of climbing.
Oh, the slippers. That's the one thing I didn't write. Okay.
So who want what?
I want to know what that pheromone vial is. Wait, that's the poison?
No.
Okay, the pheromone vial was something different. What would it take for me to identify that? Can I like take time to do it, or is it just like I don't know?
I mean, with your check, you know that it's not something that you've ever used.
Okay.
Make
Probably
an
bring it.
intelligence check on top of that.
Okay. 22.
22. You
On top of my already 26?
so you look at what this vial looks like and what's in it and what it smells like, and you kind of put things together, and you're pretty sure that this is a type of perfume.
Well, fuck yeah. Sitting here thinking it's like a chemical, a drug. Like, wonder how I can use this.
Yeah, it's
You said
like
something about that.
The fact that it has pheromones kind of makes it a little bit more than just
a
a perfume, but you're not really sure what that would be for.
Okay. Yeah.
Elion's interested in both the spider climb boots and also the ring, but not both. I mean, she would like both, but...
I'm interested in the bow.
And the bow. She wants the bow,
And
too.
maybe the chainmail. What are you interested in, Crow?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't particularly use any of it, but
Well, the boots or the ring, maybe.
He's got them boots on right now.
What boots? Oh,
You
right.
just have the boots on.
Right.
I have the boots on. I mean, I could just run away with
He
the
just
boots.
starts running. He's like, fucking take them off my cold
See
dead
ya.
body.
They fit perfectly.
You said it was a Cinderella story. And just ran away.
Elion's gonna pass.
You're gonna
I don't,
pass on
well,
all of
no,
it?
no, no. The beautiful chainmail, but I don't think it's my type.
Okay. The chainmail, what's it? +1?
Yeah, so this chainmail would be a +7 with a max dex bonus of +3, armor check penalty of -4, and an arcane spell failure of 20%, I think.
What was the thing right before the spell failure? Sorry.
Spell failure is the armor check penalty.
Oh, the armor check.
It would be a -4, so all of your dex and strength-based skills would go down 4. And they're probably already down something because of the armor you're wearing, but
My dex doesn't have any minuses that it looks like. It says dex +2 for my AC there. Dex plus
what does go to your armor? What does the armor say?
chain shirt. Armor check -2.
So your some of your bonuses would go down by 2, but your AC would go up a good amount. It would go up by 3.
I think I might do it and get a little less worried about the dex checks.
So Dane's gonna take the mithril chainmail.
If anyone doesn't fight me about it.
Sounds like it's yours.
Okay.
It's yours.
I like that.
Moving
very
on
nice.
to the crossbow.
That's the other thing I want. Then I'm done with this list.
That's gonna be a hot little roll off.
All right, sounds
All right.
good. Me and Elion gonna.
I want to roll off for the crossbow.
Oh, you
too.
get the fuck out of
Fucking
here,
do
you
it.
crossbow
I don't-
using piece
Our
of.
Inquisitor
see it, boy.
Okay, so hand crossbows are a different proficiency than light crossbows.
Oh shit.
Can I even use one?
Wait, does that make a lot of my shit not work? Like rapid reloads for a light crossbow. That means I wouldn't have rapid reload.
It says specifically that an investigator has proficiency in hand crossbows.
I feel like I should roll off for it then.
And did I say investigator or inquisitor?
Yeah. Okay.
Inquisitor plus the hand crossbow.
Nice.
Sorcerer.
Sorceress, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Just fucking don't assume.
A hand crossbow is not a simple weapon, so I don't think you'd be proficient in it, Elion.
I'm not gonna tell them that.
Roll up.
That's fair.
She's gonna be like, I know exactly how to use this, and then when we get into town, she's gonna sell it right under our nose. Or she's gonna modify it to make it something she does know how to use.
Roll a sense motive.
Yeah, right. All right, are we all just gonna roll off flat up? Just the roll?
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
roll, it's flat.
All right, ready, set, roll. 20, nat 20.
Dude.
I got 10. That
Dane
was,
got it.
that was an important roll, and we didn't.
Nat 20.
You're probably best with it. Are you proficient? You were?
Yes.
Okay,
Should be
great.
So that means I should
I am
still be able to keep
too.
rapid reload and
You are,
precise.
it's
But do
true.
you have point blank shot, precise shot, rapid reload, and be able to cover your darts with poisons? No.
Yes, I do, in fact.
I know. I just really needed something that's my first upgraded weapon. I had my gauntlet and the crossbow to start. So you have your falchion, that's your special thing. What's your weapon?
Yep.
Your hands.
Trying to get one.
You want my light crossbow? Do you have a crossbow at all?
Yeah, I
thought
got
you did, yeah.
Yeah, I got a
I
crossbow.
was like, wait, you haven't been standing without range this whole time.
No, I need a better weapon.
And I'll let your quick draw work for the hand crossbow.
The rapid
Or
reload, yeah. It
rapidly
says you can reload fast with one type of crossbow or firearm, so it looks like we chose like crossbow.
yeah.
But that means we could probably just.
I'm okay
proficiency.
with it being crossbows.
Okay.
That's fine. It's piddly to do that.
Yeah. It won't extend to longbows or to, what do they call those, recurves?
Yeah, no, just as long as its cross is in its name, then it's cool. All right. The Ring of Feather Falling. Who wants that?
I don't.
Elyon does.
All right,
Nice.
it's Elyon's.
It's Elyon.
Nice.
Sounds like it's yours.
Crow doesn't want it? No interest?
Nah, you can have it.
I was picturing either ending up, I figured you and I would be, one of us would get the boots, one would get the ring.
I mean, I'm
the
already wearing
slippers?
the boots.
Well,
so-
you're wearing the boots, not the slippers.
Yeah, there's the slippers of, what is it? Spider climb?
Spider climb.
And then the boots of...
Nothing. They're just really nice boots.
Just nice boots, that's
Yeah.
right.
Right. Well,
You
yeah.
want
Oh,
the
well.
slippers? Is that what you were thinking? The slippers? Or the
I
boots?
was thinking the slippers. I thought the boots were the cool thing.
Ah, sick. Nah, they're still nice, right? What-
Yeah, they +2 bonus on stealth checks just for how nice they are.
which is good for your big ass.
Yeah, I forgot about that already.
That's
yeah,
good.
I'll keep the boots.
Word.
No objections, I take
So
the ring?
you get the
You
ring
take
and the
ring, and
slippers.
by the sounds of it, the slippers. Oh man, it's hard to let those pass by.
Yeah,
We
you'd have to
can
give
roll
up the
off.
boot. You'd have to
can-
give up the boots to the cat to wear them.
I know exactly. That's like, do I? But it's a matter of do I not? You do not have to make climb checks if you're wearing the spider climb. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
you
just
have
run-
a movement
you can
speed.
run up walls.
You have a movement speed
Yeah.
on a wall,
Yeah,
and
you walk on
the
them
boots
like
of the cat make it so I don't take that much damage if I fall.
Yeah.
However, you shouldn't fall at all if you can run on the wall.
Well, Depora showed that you can get knocked off
True.
the wall. Or
You can get
Crow
knocked off
showed
the
that
wall.
he can knock people off walls.
Yeah, dude.
What if
I'm
you have
freaking-
one slipper and one boot?
It wouldn't work.
Get out of here.
The magic would not work.
All right. Yeah, you can go at the slippers.
Elyon's really interested in the spider climb boots.
Yeah.
She can imagine that
Slippers.
getting slippers. Yes. She can imagine those getting her out of a lot of combat situations where she's on the ground and she's in a dangerous spot. She just goes up the wall on the ceiling,
And
whatever,
then
and she can
has
cast with
point and
no problem at all.
yeah,
She doesn't want to
have
be in
cast at
combat.
people. That's smart. Yep, you do that.
Well,
I'm more about like the studied target.
But Crow
thing
wants the
going anyway.
boots too, don't you? Or the slippers. Are you interested? Do you want to do a roll off on them?
Do slippers and verse boots.
Lixie raises her hand. I like slippers.
I would also like.
like
You're
slips.
in charge of rolling for
Slippies?
that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I like
No, I won't
slippies.
take it away from you.
Slippies.
Elyon will.
Give
Does
an
anyone
NPC.
want to roll off against me because I'm interested in those boots for combat?
Dane lets them go.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can take.
Take them.
All right. Looks
Elyon
like
gets
Elyon
both
them.
the Featherfall ring and the Slippers of Spider Climb.
That is a nasty combination.
Anything to help our fams.
Yes.
So you can run really far up and then just jump off the motherfucker.
Amazing.
Yep. Just be casting on your way down like 3 magic missiles midair. Wow.
So
Some
are you
like fucking
be
James
nuts.
Bond shit.
are you guys done down here? What are you gonna do now?
If that's all there is to loot.
There's that, and there's just kind of you could look at the cipher gate more, and that's pretty much it. Besides just figuring out what you guys as characters want to do.
What can I read on the cipher gate with my minimal knowledge of Thessalonian? Because you said they were carved with Thassel words. What the post we're standing by right now, like, you know what I mean, like the area I'm standing by, I get a, what is it, my 11 plus what? Intelligence?
Well, it'd be linguistics.
I don't have linguistics.
Yeah, so like you
So
can,
11.
you can since you are starting to read and speak Thessalonian, you look at these
Duh.
and you're like, these
Dog.
aren't symbols I've recognized before.
Oh no.
And then you remember that the people who have been studying the cipher gate haven't been able to decipher any of the glyphs, and half of the people, no, none of them,
Jesus.
and half of the people think that they're just decorative.
Oh yeah.
But looking at the
So they're
cipher
not
gate,
Thessalonian. They look like they're Thessalonian.
they are, but
Okay.
what they say is still a mystery. And you just learning Thessalonian are not going to be able to crack that at a
Come
glance.
on.
But your glance does pick up something else. You notice that there's like chips off of this cipher gate. So
People
she
chunking
has
this shit
she's
off?
able to like remove
Wait, it's
chunks
supposed
of
to
it.
be like unchunkable.
Yes.
Whoa. She's been chunking at it.
What was
her
that
weapon?
chisel made of?
Yeah, I was like, what was her weapon?
Adamantine.
Go try and chip off a chunk of the gate. Do you have the adamantium thing? Who grabbed that? Who had that? The adamantium thing. I heard someone grab it.
It was, yeah, I've got it. I'll
Do you want to see
approach.
if you can like
Yeah, I pull one of my hammers out.
Tinker
One of my
tink.
blacksmithing hammers.
I just got to see if that's what's been breaking this, right?
Yeah, and I just kind of like...
Very light. Just the entire thing turns to dust, like.
Yeah, just go up to it and I...
Make your blacksmith check or something.
Oh yeah.
I think the octopus... Yeah,
That's a nat
20.
20.
Nat 20 with some plus of 7. 27. 27, I chip
Right,
it.
you put your... So do you put your chisel where the crack already is, or do you try to make a new crack?
I put it on the edge of a crack. Like, on totally solid area, but near a crack.
Totally solid area. So you hit a spot near the crack.
Yep.
With all your might. Like, this is like... Everything that you've learned in your blacksmithing career has come down to this stroke, and you have nailed it. And it doesn't make a nick.
Oh.
Nothing at all.
Oh.
Right. Nope, doesn't work.
All right. Well, those were the fucking shot, Jesus. Alrighty then.
I don't know. I hit it pretty good, and it should have been a solid
have
hit
faith.
if it were okay, but it
Should have been a perfect.
All right.
nothing
Wow.
came.
Maybe the book says something of how she's able to do it.
Speaking of which,
Maybe she's
can you
magic.
read this journal? This girl's journal? Thing? Is it like an entry or like a book?
It's like a notebook filled with stuff.
Is there like a certain thing that in there that I should read? Is there a bookmark thing? Was it open to a page? Or is it just a book?
It had been tossed onto
right.
the ground.
Okay.
So a page had been.
I was really hoping it was like sitting on a podium, open nicely to a page.
And this was in Undercommon. This is where
it
Crow
was-
identified.
Yep, Undercommon.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
Elion, for your troubles of going through this whole motion, Elion, when you grab the adamantine chisel, you feel trace remnants of a magic left over on it. Just kind of with your innate magical sense, you can kind of pick up on that.
On the chisel?
Can I see
Yeah.
what school it was from? Do I have enough sense for that?
Better roll like a motherfucker.
Roll.
Rolla.
Well,
bad.
a roll of what? Spellcraft?
Yes.
24.
It's either spellcraft or arcana. A 24. You could probably pick up on a mixture of like abjuration, maybe transmutation. There could be a little like conjuration and something like darker left over on it. Like this was some sort of mad like
necromancy.
Yeah, it feels feeling it. It doesn't feel like a newer magic. It seems like an older school that was kind of encompassing a few different things and like a deeper, darker kind of hidden knowledge beyond it. It's hard to place. It's a weird aura.
Are you saying like a magic that she doesn't know?
Kind of.
Wow.
There's
traces of some that she recognized with it, but
suppose
overall, it's hard to.
It makes
to, like,
sense that there's schools
cohesively
that
put
they
into
wouldn't,
it.
have like necessarily like a certain thing. It'd be kind of like blends of the other schools. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would be deeper magics that are like ancient. So that makes sense too.
Elion mostly knows evocation. There's a magic here I don't understand. Do you mind if I hang on to this? She looks at Crow and Dane and
absolutely. I would think of no one that would do anything better with it.
I need to study this more when we have
Hell, I would say
more
yeah,
time.
when we get the chance to. We should run past the Cipher Museum for you.
Yeah, she
Anyways.
tucks it away.
Yeah, that's good to know. Keep
Word.
that with you. We can't read the journal. It's in a different language.
In a different language.
We got all the loot. We're good to go. I
Yeah.
think. You guys want to return back to up at Quava's place? That's the same side of town we're on, but to the out of town more.
You are on the opposite side of the Velashu River from that.
Okay.
You guys
Everything's flooded and
crossed
crazy.
So yeah,
Let's go under.
you guys are on the west side of Riddleport,
Yep.
across the river, and
on the
the gate
east
is
forest.
the east side of Riddleport in the forest.
Is there a bridge or any easy way back to town? From the side
There
we're on?
is notoriously no bridge in Riddleport.
There's
Right,
the one
to-
ferry.
There's the ferry.
Because
and
of goblin
it's flooded
attacks.
and crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that one ferry's even running right now because of all the tsunami. So I think we have to just cross back under through the tunnel.
Miles. We got some-
Miles
some
and
miles
carry
to cover.
this drow woman. Let's make her light and throw her on Crow.
Let's cut her head off.
I disagree.
Whoa.
I'll take her head.
Lixie, chill the fuck out.
She's like,
Jesus
she puts
Christ.
away like 3 daggers. Okay.
She was holding one in her mouth and 2 in her hand. Like, let's go.
Well, you wouldn't want to carry him. Like, cut his head off.
Well, you could each carry a part and then just like, make it work. Whatever. Do it the hard way. Carry a whole body.
Is there a cart down here? God damn it.
Yeah, cart named
I'll
Crow.
just carry her.
Cart named Crow. Throws it over Crow's shoulder.
All right, Crow. Pick her up and put her over your shoulder.
Yeah.
She's actually pretty light. Like, as far as like a person, her height goes, she's very light.
Give
She's
us a poundage.
still fairly
I guess.
dead,
like
too.
One.
She's probably like 110-ish pounds.
Wow.
I don't know.
She's a light little
Maybe,
elven.
Yeah.
But
She's like pushing 6 foot or 6'2" or something like that. So she's like tall and lanky, but
Dang.
string bean ass.
yeah.
So we go back.
Yep.
We
started
traverse-
walking for a long time.
Boop-a-doop through the
backtrack
tunnels,
through.
get
Yep.
to the area. Is it
Yeah.
flooded? That cavern? You said it fills with water.
So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna look at my map as I describe getting back here. All right, so you guys make your way away from the Thessalonian monument into the little bed chamber that the drow Depora had made. You slink past you killed the Grix in the pool, and then you find the tunnel that goes directly beneath the Velashu River. And then you get to another little crumbled spot where there wasn't really anything you faced, and then it hooks back around and you find all the dead troglodytes in that den, and it smells like shit over there, like really bad. Still reeking. It's like the troglodytes, like inherent natural gross odor mixed with now them decaying is what it smells like in here.
Okay.
You walk by the fungal crawler, you walk by the Darkland sentinels on the ground, and you make it back into the pool of the area with the pool of water that the swamp barracudas were in right away.
Barracudas.
And it is indeed a little bit more flooded.
Swim across.
It's not like completely flooded, but it has come. You can tell that it's like come in and out of here. It's calmed down now, but it is a bit higher than it was before. But it seems you can kind of hear water maybe trickling out.
We can navigate through fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that took you maybe a few hours.
Right.
Especially like carrying someone around.
So I was looking in my bag as we were walking, and I noticed from Saul's pocket I still have a couple vials that are unnoted. I don't think we checked for what those are. Are those?
They matched the vials that you
poisons.
took off of. Yeah.
Okay,
The
that's what I
poisons.
thought they were. I think you said that they matched or something.
Yeah.
But okay.
So you guys make it back to the first room. You'd have to climb up a rope ladder to get to another just regular ladder that goes up to the trapdoor. You guys do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Can I make a perception before we crawl up the trapdoor?
Sure.
Elion walks up the wall.
Wait, what? Hold on. Just
Yep. You take that first vertical step and you're like, oh, brace yourself, and then you
God.
just heave your other foot and you go completely horizontal and you're like, all right, this
feels all right.
maybe a little off balance, but then you realize that it's fine and it doesn't feel weird at all, and then you just kind of take a few more steps up.
Elion has ascended.
You and your weird gadgets.
And you walk up the wall to the trap door.
I don't perceive very well. Lixie doesn't perceive very well. We don't notice anything coming from the trapdoor.
Here's like, oh, Elion, that's cool.
It's so excited to get back to this place,
What
and
about
then
me?
we open up the trapdoor.
You try to push open the trap door?
Yeah.
It doesn't budge.
Oh. Someone stronger push, Crow?
Can I push the trapdoor?
Yes.
Actually, also when you push on it, you notice that it's very hot and it doesn't budge.
It's hot and it doesn't budge. Oh, guys, I think this might be very bad. Crow, slam. It's Crow smash.
Wait.
Try and get through.
Wait, it's hot though. What's on the other side?
Oh, God, it can't be worse than being trapped in a dungeon, can it?
Okay, I'm gonna try to open it.
It burns your hand as you try to
He's trying
muster
like a
enough.
strength one, yeah.
Okay, but make a strength check.
As opposed to just like an opening the door, right?
10.
Okay.
There is far too much weight, and as you kind of put your arm up into it, it almost burns your
It
skin.
realizes that. But there is something holding the door down. He can tell by pushing on it.
There's it does not budge at all.
Okay.
What if the goblin got devastated in the water?
Oh man.
It could be completely knocked over. Or there's something on it. We have no idea what the state of Riddleport's in right now.
It's a hot thing on it. Oh God.
We are under common people now.
Yeah.
I want to. We didn't encounter any other doors on the way through this entire tunnel until that very last one.
Nothing.
We have to go back that way.
Yeah, you do.
Oh no, we have to go back that way.
All right. So we go all the way back.
All right.
Make
you
a little
make that
sling.
same trek back
Oh man.
Trip down memory lane.
past the rotting troglodytes,
And we deal
Yeah,
with the
we
smell.
made
under that
them
tunnel, under the
rot.
river.
I push Saul's body
Yeah.
more into the water
Yeah.
than it already was.
Roll initiative. Just kidding.
Oh Jesus. He's a zombie now.
And yeah, you would eventually climb back up to the cipher gate, and it's like middle of the night now.
How's Riddleport look?
Let's
Dark.
dig.
Do I see any
Burning?
fire?
There might be a faint glow, but it doesn't look like there's any like roaring fires.
Can we hear water carry sound pretty well? Do we hear like shouting, yelling? Does it sound rowdy?
Does town sound like a panic from afar, or is it just like quiet again with destruction?
You ever been on a lake? You
So
can
you
hear
guys-
miles.
All right.
At this point, it is calmed down a bit. There might be the occasional thing. It's dark now. People aren't necessarily like as active as they were when it was happening during. Well, I guess it was becoming dark. It probably is like a little bit too like it's kind of like eerily quiet as everybody's like. You could assume that everybody in the town is like kind of like thunderstruck from what happened, and then everyone's just like probably quiet and not really being happy.
Yeah. Not being happy that their entire town is wiped out. I feel them.
What's our trek looking like to get back to Quava?
Because you have to go around the river, or we have to go through it via a ferry that might not exist.
Yeah,
Do
you
we
have
have to
to
just go to where the ferry is, I suppose?
We swim.
Yeah, we know. No, God, fuck that gross ass water and horrible demon creatures that reside
We
within.
swim.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 or so feet to the ferry from the
Oh.
base of the cipher gate where
Then
you're
yeah,
at.
let's go.
Not bad.
Like 1,000. I was like, oh fuck Christ, feet.
It's like technically like halfway through town, and then you gotta cross the Velashu, and you gotta.
Not
I
even
want
a
to go
mile.
to the dock of the ferry and see if anyone's there. I suppose. One dude who lives there. I'm sure it's fucked with high tide.
Yeah, so you guys groggily, middle of the night, walk to the Velashu ferry, which
Been
typic-
walking for literally like 12 hours.
Yeah, you guys have been walking for a long time now, and so the side of the riddle of the cipher gate that you're on is near the cipher gate or the cipher lodge and stuff like that. So you walk past the cipher lodge and lights are on in there, but it's relatively quiet as you walk through. This portion of it, this side, it was kind of protected by the higher cliff face at
Yeah.
the base of the cipher gate.
Same thing that saved Elixir on the other
Yeah,
side.
so that area isn't as badly damaged as like the middle area of Riddleport here. Mm-hmm. And you might you would walk through and you would see signs of like carnage, people that maybe got killed by like you might find a dead body next to a dead swamp barracuda and stuff like that. As you're walking through, you see like you might even see the Genda armies like patrolling a little bit more out in here. And
Are they fixing anything?
they're not fixing
Worst
anything. They're
Helpers
patrolling.
ever.
You would, as you're walking through, you see you might catch the glimpse. Well, here let's have this is a scene that you see on your way there. As you're walking through, you see near the river a couple of maybe a mom and her daughter who are cowering and under a wall next to a reef claw that's kind of chop children chop with its claws, getting closer and closer to them. And as they scream, as it's about to get them, a half orc comes out and he chops it down. And a Gendarme comes and he helps. And you see, like sprinkled over through the walks through Riddleport,
That type of-
you see like the crime boss like factions working together to stop these animal attacks or actually help civilians. And
Wow.
this is something that really doesn't get seen really ever, but you see kind of a united front with the kind of some of the crime boss lords and crime bosses and their
Gendarmes
soldiers and the
and,
Gendarmes and all those things like working together
Civilians,
more.
yeah. All right.
A small point, but Elion, when we get back to people, she kind of just thinks about it and puts like a wrap over the drow's face and her skin.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of tries to make her look like a dead body.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should probably some form of sheet the drow.
Yeah,
Just
we take her
carrying
armor
us.
off, and then we just kind of cover her up a little bit.
All right, and you would eventually make it to the dock of the Velashu Ferry, and there's nobody at the dock, but there's a customary bell.
There's a bell. Ding. Hey, ring the bell.
Ding.
You ring the bell, and after a couple seconds, you hear a bell ring on the other side.
Oh, nice.
And then after a minute or so, you start seeing the little
Lights,
ferry
huh?
rowing itself across. You see the light of the ferry coming over. I think they actually have a name for the guy who runs this one.
I
So
think there was, yeah. Also, how smart of an idea would it be to have like bell on each side and a rope between the two posts? You know what I mean? And all he
Just
does
pull
is
it.
just slide across there. You know what I mean? Just across on a rope, and then like he can take the rope down at night. Then he does his first row across in the morning and he puts the rope up. And other than that, he just has to sit and slide across the rope. He doesn't have to like navigate the river across. You know what I mean? Just like just
Using a rope to go across.
yeah, like a little pulley thing or whatever. You could just like even like a hook. Jing,
I have a
jing.
clear visual. I can't remember what TV show or movie that is, but
Right? I
there's
feel like
like
I remember too.
there's like a visual of a kid and I know it's A Knight's Tale. No, it's not. Is it A Knight's Tale? I have a vision of someone like getting into a boat and then they just pull the rope into the darkness.
Because they're going across fog.
Yeah, on the water.
I don't remember what that's from either.
Scary stuff, but yeah, clever.
yeah, kind of that. It's darker, so you see the light coming, and as it gets closer, you might notice that this is a smaller boat than the ferry usually is. And it would get there, and a man rows up and docks off, ties a rope around.
Is it our normal guy?
Yeah, you would recognize him as Grimus Adler.
Yeah, Grimus. That was a Grimus.
Hello.
Oh, I'm glad to see you make it. Did the
Yeah,
ferry
well,
not fare so well?
I lost my boat, but I had a backup rowboat, so I'm making
That's super
treks.
fortunate.
I know that the city. I want to take a break, but I know that the city needs me.
We
like
do now more than ever.
more than ever. So yeah,
So you want to do your job
you
for us
guys,
then?
you guys farewell. Come on, get on the boat.
Yeah, we only have one here, and that's...
I'm usually in
that's,
higher spirits and I have stories to say, but I'm just exhausted. Do you guys have any stories of what happened to you that you'd like to share?
No, we got to see the waves come in from a grand vantage point, but that's about all we had seen from the top of the cipher gates where we were watching over the
On
city.
top of the cipher gate.
Yeah, it was a valiant climb.
What you were doing up there?
You know, we're a bunch of young crazy kids who just decided we'd go watch.
You are a bunch of crazy kids now, aren't you? And then
Trying not to let out too much information to this random guy.
Yep. And then Crow would probably drop a dead body onto the boat, and he'd be like, "What?"
That was our one casualty we were talking about. Yes.
We brought her with.
He just like eyes it kind of, but he's probably kind of seen this stuff before, so he doesn't. It startles him in this moment.
Tonight
but,
of all nights, I think he's seen a
but
body come across.
he focuses and he doesn't ask about it though. He just kind of watches it kind of warily.
We don't seem sus with it. We seem sad.
Yeah, a friend.
Yeah, it's a friend.
Sorry for your loss as he
all right.
pushes the rowboat away from the dock and
Thank
then
you, Grimus.
paddles it through. Oh.
Tides are seeming mighty high tonight, Grimus.
Yeah. Hopefully we're done with tsunamis though.
Yeah, no. Hopefully we're done with meteors.
That would be good too. That would be good too.
How's the town look? This is our first time going into it.
Not good. Not good at all. Not fucking good.
God.
I'll tell you that much. Fucking water on one side, fires at the other. Fire fucking took up half of the wharf district.
Oh no.
Almost spread into the leeward district, but luckily those houses are made of more stone, so they didn't catch it easily.
Reports of fire in town and that experience, so I'm not feeling too hot about the goblin
I
boys
think the
and gal.
goblin is gone.
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, it's not true.
It might be in trouble.
I don't know. Yeah.
When you can't fast travel.
Yep. So yeah, you guys would dock off eventually.
You have
and
to
get
shoot
the
the
other
shit with
side.
Grimus for a half hour to cross the river.
Have a good night.
I press 10 GP into his hand and I close it on it and I hold it and I say, "You're doing good work. Good luck."
Thank
And
you
I
kindly.
tap him with the wand to cure light wounds to give him a little energy.
A little bit of zest for your
Thank you.
night.
Thank you. That'll get me through the rest of the. Well, I don't really get off the clock, but the rest of the night. Thank you.
We
Keep
need
at
3
it.
doses of pesh. What do you need here, kid?
It's hard work like yours that's going to keep this town together.
Yeah, well, but At least people know that they shouldn't. People don't fuck with me because I'm the only one that can provide this thing. So
It's
I
like
can just
being
take.
the only bartender in town.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap on my boat. I've never had to worry about it before. And he pushes off kind of into the middle of the river and then anchors off.
Sails away and takes a
Yeah.
nap.
Very nice.
Takes a little revitalized nap as we get to the shore carrying our dead drow.
Yeah, where do you guys go?
First side that we're on. Do we have to cross past Goblin to get over past Quava, or are we like, would we have to walk up north a bunch more?
The Goblin is to your south a little bit. You might not have to get there, but it's not too far away. And as you start walking that way, you start seeing remnants of buildings on fire. There's a lot of buildings that were on fire. They're now very blackened. A lot of them have caved in and stuff. As you get closer to the water, more of them have caved in because they're worse structures. Yeah, it looks like the way towards the Goblin is burned down.
So
How far of a run? How long would it take to get to the Goblin?
Yeah.
If it's only a
Not for
couple
minutes.
minutes, I think it's
Yep. Let's
Could
swing
be.
past as we walk by.
As you walk into this district, there's a faint glow in the air, and you start hearing the poppings of wood that's smoldering, and maybe little flames here and there as you walk up and you see a partially melted golden goblin statue in front of a caved in, burnt to pieces, looks like it exploded out a little bit, completely destroyed golden goblin.
No walls standing or nothing, just a pile.
I mean, some walls here and there, but most of it is caved in and is
All right.
rubble.
All right.
looks like
Lixie puts her just hands over her
jobless.
Dean does the same thing.
Crow
covers
looks at
his
these two
face.
and says, "Hey, you can't go in there with your weapon."
Holy shit.
You can't go in there. I run towards the
Guess you're not
melted
getting your armor, huh?
statue. I run towards the melted statue and I just put my hand on it. I'm assuming it's super hot.
Yeah, it's still pretty warm to touch.
I touch it and I just drop to my hands and knees and I start crying.
Lixie would come around you, behind you, and kind of give you
And
an arm around you.
It helps. I don't say anything. I don't have any words at this point. Dane's sad. Dane's crying and sad.
Elyon walks up and stands beside you.
I
A fitting
appreciate it.
end.
I stand up. Just wipe some tears away. Kind of embrace Lixie and maybe even embrace Elyon. If Crow's around, I would at least look at him and say, the goblin was home and you guys are family. And I feel that I'm home still, even without the walls of the goblin. We are the goblin, whether or not the walls stand.
Cheers.
I appreciate everything you've done.
And as you guys hug in the darkness, but with the glow of the smoldering golden goblin lighting you up, a snow of ash falling from the air. That's where we're gonna end this episode.
Oh, thank you.
Goodbye to the goblin.
Don't trust the devil or his chest of gold. Your quest that's given is not what you've been told. 40,000 little pieces of silver forged with sin. 'Cause when you're in the devil's house, he always wins. If you want to cheat the cheaters, then listen up right here. Don't trust the succubus, for the devil's always near. So shield your eyes from his disguise. There's a thief, yes, a thief
Yes, 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 a thief, 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 thief. 40,000 gold pieces, 40,000 silver, 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 silver,
All right, boys and girls, gather around the campfire.
Papa's got a story to tell.
Papa's got a story to tell. And it's
It's
the
one of the days of old.
Can you be more precise about that?
I would say 1892.
Actually, it's 1824.
Fuck, I was closest by 60,
Yes.
like 8 years.
So right here in my hands, I hold a golden bottle. Looking closer, you see that the bottle itself is not golden, but the liquid inside. Reading the label on the bottle, you see that it is a Glenlivet single malt Scotch whiskey.
Ooh, a single
Founder's Reserve. In 1824, George Smith established his distillery in the remote and wild location of Glenlivet, where he founded the perfect conditions to craft the definitive single malt whiskey. Through this timeless primeval valley
Primeval.
run the
that.
icy waters of the River Levette. Its name, Smooth Flowing One, in Gaelic, reflects the Glenlivet's beautifully rich and elegant flavors.
Ooh. That sounds like it's
Glenlivet.
going to taste like a river of toxicity. Flow me down your chocolatey river of meth.
It's pretty smooth.